morning. We got some pretty good wind as the eye is just going by us here. So it's not over yet. There's not much on the back side of the eye, so once this goes through, it shouldn't be too long. This storm will be over. Alright, gotta take Luna out. Gotta do it. Luna, this way. Let's just go right here by the rocks. Come on. There you go, girl. Alright. Hurry up and do your thing. The wind's blowing pretty good. Come on, girl. Let's see if she'll do anything. Sometimes she can be quick, sometimes not. There we go. Alright. Goal accomplished. Let's go back in. Come on. No, this way. Good girl. Good girl. Good place. Good girl. Alright, so at least she went to the bathroom. Morning, Lukey.
I was sleeping on the couch and I was dreaming about me playing Roblox and then I woke up by all this crazy sound outside.
The wind scared you pretty good. Yeah, it's a lot worse out in the back. If you poke your head out front, it doesn't seem too bad. But you open this up, it just feels like there's a lot more going on. And of course, we don't have much of a peephole here to see the storm. Good morning. So far, so good. The cars outside are safe. But still windy.
Yeah, and
Very
I think
windy.
I believe that's very windy, truthfully. Because I think when Dad came in, the wind pulled Ron and this stuff.
Yeah, it's blowing around pretty good. We're on the back side of the eye, so it's going to be over pretty soon. But the back side of the eye has some rain in it. So we just gotta still be careful, not go outside. I just took her out really quick. Just so that she could go pee. And she was a good girl. Good job, Luna.
Let her, she wants to peek.
Good job. All right. All right, Carolyn, here we go. The birds are flying. And the clouds are still moving quickly. So I just came out to look at the cars. So all three of their vehicles seem to be okay. Which is good. I don't see any major debris flying around. I do not see any shingles flying around. So that is a huge plus. Let's get back inside and get some cafe con leche. Ooh, we have breakfast ready. So we have bacon and chicken salad sandwiches with cheese. Looks delicious. All right, I'm gonna go look outside. I'm gonna see what kind of debris we see. You wanna come with? Okay. So I took off a panel so we have a little opening to take the dogs out. So let's take a look out here. All right. So as far as the debris, we've got some trees with some branches down. That's about it. I don't see any full trees that have collapsed. Now I do see, we do have some neighbors over here that have a ripped screen. So there you go. And then the ones over here who had theirs replaced literally a week ago on the top. They had that fixed. So fortunately that did not go off on them again. All right, let's take a look over to my parents' house. I talked to my dad this morning and my mom and my aunt. They're all okay. They don't have any issues. One of their neighbors lost a panel off the side of his house, but it didn't do any damage. All right. Now when I came to take the panel off, our neighbor's trash can that had flown out up against our house, the yellow one, the green there, And that's about the only mess that we had. Nothing really out front. And the eye is just going offshore, which is right over here. Now my wife contacted some of her co-workers. They live in the intercoastal area with Merritt Island and over on Beachside. They have a lot more damage. One of her friends, they lost a patio porch similar to this that was flopping in the wind and doing some damage to their shingles. But as far as over on this side, I don't see too much. Would love to get over to Cocoa Beach and kind of see what that tornado damage was like. So we'll see. Maybe we will do that later on today. We do got a missing fence over here. Now, as for my wife's sister, they live over by southern Kissimmee, southwest, kind of towards Davenport, and their house is okay, so they were very fortunate. They didn't have any issues. They had some neighbors who lost a lot of shingles from the roof of their house, so she's very fortunate. They do have a fence that was knocked down. That has happened at least a couple other times, but it's a fence that can easily be put back together. And so they're very fortunate. They're going to be going home today to check on their property and kind of clean up and get things going over there. So we're going to have a little bit of breakfast here, and maybe they'll stick around for a little bit longer. But otherwise, we're just going to wait for the rest of the storm to pass. Like I said, it's almost over. I'd say within the next couple hours, we're probably going to have clear skies, because there really isn't anything after the storm. It's pretty clear, no rain or clouds in the forecast for today. Fortunately, we made it, and again, thoughts and prayers to all those over on the Tampa side who do have a lot of damage. I do know the deaths that occurred in Florida were from tornadoes, and that's the scariest part about these hurricanes, is the tornadoes that come up. I believe I saw the report about 38 tornadoes were reported in Florida, and they showed a map, and most of it was actually right here in Brevard County. So definitely glad we didn't have any tornadoes around our neighborhood. Wow, 38 tornadoes in Florida. And look at this, Brevard County. So this is where we're at. Look how many of them showed up. Crazy.
Where's our house?
We're right over here, Lucas. A lot of tornadoes were here in Brevard.
They're like right next to us.
Yep. All right, here's breakfast. We have some Havarti cheese and chicken salad. So good. And a little bacon. All right, taking more panels off. Trying to get some more daylight into the house. So, unfortunately, the ones that I have the nuts on, it takes the entire screw out of the holes. So, I'm gonna have to try to get this nut off the screw, and this screw needs to stay inside the wall, inside the stucco. So they're just kind of rusted out here on the end. I may actually try to see if I can find a replacement, get some new ones online. I don't know if they sell these at Home Depot or not, but I don't think I want those holes to open just because of the rust in there, and you want to make sure that the threads on the inside stay intact. Patio door number 1 is finished. We have daylight in the house. So I'm just going to do this today, and probably the front window. And I think it's just going to be a relaxing day. I don't think I'm going to take any more off. And we do have some rain here since we are on the back side of the eye. But the wind has definitely died down. The eye is out in the Atlantic. And once we get a little bit of rain here this morning, we have clear skies, and it should be a pretty beautiful day, and actually not too hot of temperatures. So this storm is going to cool us off a little bit. And kind of looking forward to that fall Florida weather. Don't worry, it'll still be 80 degrees, I'm sure. But at least it's not 90 with extreme humidity. All right, gotta say goodbye to Chloe. They're leaving. Bye, girl. Nice to have you. You be safe back home. You gonna miss her?
Yep, I'll miss her. Chloe, what do you say? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right.
And there she goes.
Okay, first time out of the house since the storm.
It's the storm.
We're checking out the neighborhood, and actually, I do not see any major damage at all besides some branches floating around here and
Yeah,
there.
because one of our branches, when we were backing up on our house in the driveway, we saw one of our branches from the tree in the front yard.
Yeah, we need to cut some branches from a palm tree.
One of them broke.
They probably should have been cut down before the storm, but we didn't want them curbside.
Look at this one too.
Yeah, my aunt's palm tree needs to be trimmed. My dad's neighbor.
Renee's house had a tree that's tilted.
Your mom said the neighbor's shutters came off in the middle of one of the shutters.
Yeah, they have one bad one. The last storm, the same thing happened, so I think he probably has a screw loose. In the window, that is. Alright, so nothing on this end. This all looks pretty good. Yeah, people are already cleaning up some branches. A neighbor across the street from us had a mailbox missing, so I think that was probably the worst damage we saw. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna...
Who has a mailbox missing?
One of our
neighbors. So we're gonna go out on the town. We're gonna head over to Cocoa Beach. So we had a tornado that touched down that did a lot of damage to a bank and also a hair salon. So we're gonna just kind of see what's going on out here and see what kind of damage that we see. We see a stop sign.
Oh my god.
A lot of branches over there. Oh wow,
and
we
look
got
at that little green thing.
Yeah, that's like a utility box opened up.
Something like that.
Yeah. And we still have rain, and it looks like it may be here all day. Now, behind the storm over in Orlando, it's nice and sunny, but if you look at the radar, it's just a little bit of rain clouds popping up, kind of sitting on us here on the coast. So I think it's going to be like this most of the day. And the storm, Hurricane Milton, is far, far away in the Atlantic right now, so it's pretty much over. Yeah, we have some people fishing already.
What?
Yeah.
Are they insane?
Fish like to eat. They bite after a storm.
I guess the fish are hunting for some food to protect themselves.
Yes. So we got some rain over here. So we are in Pineda. We're heading over to Cocoa Beach, and right on the other side is Patrick Air Force Base. And this is actually the Indian River that we're going over. And a fun fact, the Indian River, that is actually the name of the new electric vehicles, Rivian. So Rivian is basically a translation to Indian River, where the founder of Rivian is from Brevard County. He grew up here in Melbourne, and that's what he named his vehicle Rivian after. And also, it's not the Patrick Air Force Base anymore, it's the U.S. Space Force. So this is where it's located. So it's all along here to the left-hand side, while the beach is literally right here. So it's right on the beach. Look at that, we have people at the beach.
Probably metal detecting someone.
Right. Seeing what treasures washed up ashore.
I can see it.
I'm gonna need to do that in a couple days. They say wait a couple days after a big storm, because it does turn up a lot of the good stuff that's been buried in the sand. So you can find things that have been there for many, many years, and then a storm will just bring them to the surface. So you do get a lot of metal detectors going out there after storms.
What if we find a little pirate flag from thousands of years ago when it fell off when it sank?
Well, we had a fleet of Spanish ships that went down in a hurricane just off of the Treasure Coast in Brevard County right here. And they find a lot of old coins, gold and silver. So it's possible to find them here.
You mean like a gold bar sometimes?
Oh, they found those too, yes.
Imagine if we find one of those.
And rumors are that one of the ships actually made its way closer to the Cape Canaveral than originally thought, and they believe there could be one just off the coast of Cocoa. So the year was 1715. There were 12 ships, Spanish, I think 11 Spanish ships and 1 French ship. They left Havana, Cuba. It could have been somewhere else in Cuba, but it did leave Cuba, and they were coming up the coast of Florida when a huge hurricane hit. One of the vessels, I think the French one, stayed further out, and so that's rumored to probably made it back home safe. But we have quite a few ships that went down in the storm, and even to today, they're finding a lot of treasure out here. And a fun fact is, if you do find the location of the ships out in the water, you cannot dive. That is illegal. The salvage company that founded the wreckage, they have the rights to the treasure. But if you do find it on dry land, up on the sand, finders keepers, you get to keep it. So you just can't find it in the water. We're at Cocoa Beach. We're here. So the tornado hit a little further down. Everything around here seems to be okay.
Look at the palm tree fell. I missed it.
Yeah, I saw that back there. So that's the first full tree that we see that fell down. Otherwise, just a lot of branches. Now we're coming up on a church, and quite a few years ago, right after I first moved here, there was a tornado that took the steeple off of this church, and it fell off. So good to see that history didn't repeat itself, and it's safe. I remember that.
Big church.
Yeah, that was damaged pretty bad. I forget what year it was and what storm, but I think it was after 2004.
What was that damage like, Daddy?
It was bad. That whole steeple fell down to the ground.
You mean the statue? You mean that little peak with the little cross on it?
Yes.
Yes.
God, look at the ocean. To me, it looks like it's about to flood or something.
So we pulled over here to take a look at the ocean to see what it looks like.
From here, it looks horrible.
All right. This would be covered with nice soft sand, and it's been all washed away.
Yep. From the tornado come.
I was hoping we pulled over to one where there's a little boardwalk, but no, we pulled over to where there's sand. All right. Let's see if anybody's metal detecting today. Yeah, too high tide. Not enough to look at, but we got people out here. They're even in the water. Oh, this is gonna be good for metal detecting. So I've been doing that for a couple years now. So I'm sure it took a lot of sand from the beach out into the ocean, revealing a lot of things. Now take a look at that big log. That washed ashore. Don't touch, don't touch. Don't touch, yeah, don't touch. That's all right. Yeah, a lot of debris. So the dunes look like they're pretty good. They're well intact. What do you think, buddy? It's windy, but I can't believe we have people in the water. Look at that. All right, let's go back to the car. What you digging for? I tell you what, it's not smart being out there in that water. That is actually not safe at all. I mean, there could be some awful riptides bringing people out. But that's just me. All right, let's go, buddy. Today is not a beach day.
Funny, Lucas.
What a name to name a restaurant, Category 5. Lucky it wasn't that. But they're open.
The tree.
All right, here's the tornado damage, you guys. Right here to the left. So we have Spectrum out there working on things. Look at that roof taken right off. Look at that roof, it was taken right off.
Is that that's the bank you were
That's the
talking
bank,
about?
yeah.
That's the bank. That was a tornado, Lucas.
No. What's
We
that?
got a lot of trees back
What
there
is it?
damaged.
What's that pink stuff?
That's the insulation.
Do we have a light? Oh, we don't have a light here.
All right, and then there was a Supercuts, I know. We have a news crew right here by Florida Eye. So this was severely damaged. The whole corner was taken out, the windows.
Doing news out here.
Yeah, that was big news. They were on every
This
station.
is our first time seeing
Yeah.
someone doing news.
Can I make a U-turn to see it from this angle?
Yeah, you can turn around. We got a big tree down. So nothing damaged at Publix. But here's another closer look at Supercuts. So we have Wesh 2 News on the scene. And they're already boarding up the corner with plywood. So it looks like Florida Eye made it, but Supercuts did not.
There's the reporter. She's right there working.
Yeah. There she is. They're earning their pay today and last night. I'm sure they're lacking a lot of sleep. And I think that car was out in the hurricane. I think that was left outside. But man, look at that bank. Oh,
That's insane.
that is bad. Buildings behind it seem to be broken. Yep, we have some windows up there in the second story.
Yeah.
They were shattered. Hopefully everybody's homes are okay back there. All right, so that is the damage here in Brevard County. So we're gonna go home and take a few more panels off the windows to let some more light in. We'll take the front windows off.
And sleep. We didn't sleep last night.
Yeah, this girl right here already took about an hour nap.
I'm exhausted.
I didn't sleep at all that much. I was dreaming peacefully and sleeping. And apparently Mother Nature woke me up because of a big boom, boom.
You actually slept until 6:30,
I
so that was
know.
pretty good. You didn't wake up too late.
I know, but like there was a big boom, boom, and I was like
Yeah.
so scared. I'm like, oh my god!
What?
And then TT came out of my bedroom saying, when I was asleep, I heard a big thud on one of the panels.
TT is on my sister.
Yeah.
His aunt.
But no, you woke up at a good time. He normally wakes up by 6 o'clock, 6:30 anyways.
There's a generator there.
Yeah.
Really good food.
Look at that, a lot of bars and restaurants are open and people are out and about.
They're like, we've been
Yeah.
locked for like, I don't know how many days. Let's get out.
Yeah. So what do you think? Should we get something to eat for lunch? Or
No, I want to go.
grab some leftovers at home?
Yeah.
Leftovers.
How about we invite Grandma and Grandpa over
For lunch?
Yeah.
for dinner?
Yeah.
Let's
for
invite
later.
them for dinner.
Because we have a lot of food.
My sister cooks for an army, so we have plenty of leftovers.
Oh, did she take all her eggs?
Yeah, I'm like, what
Okay.
am I gonna do with all
Yeah,
these
she
eggs?
brought like 50 to 70 eggs, a whole basket full. I was like, where's the chicken?
But they are 6 people in her house, so they
Yeah.
are used to buying things in bulk. You know, and it's not like we don't buy things like that, but I do not need 60 eggs in my house, plus the eggs that I have on the fridge already.
Yeah, so we were not going to starve during
Like,
this
take
storm.
your eggs. And now her house doesn't have power, so I don't know what she's gonna do with her freezer and all that food.
Well, hopefully they
I
get
feel
it back
bad.
pretty quickly.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
I don't
they're way out there in the middle of nowhere in Kissimmee.
You mean the tornado?
Think about it. There's a lot of workers in North Carolina. There's gonna be a lot of people working working in Tampa and those areas that got really hit really bad, I don't know how long
And then I
power's
bet
gonna take.
a lot of the companies will from Central Florida are going to head over to Tampa to help out.
I don't know how long power's gonna take for her.
So we're heading back to our place, and again, a lot of people have their branches out on the curbside. We have to put his swing set back on the curb. They're going to pick it up tomorrow because I had to bring that into the garage so it wouldn't fly away. So now the sun is out. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful afternoon. But this is a quick look at Cocoa Beach. Got to see the tornado damage. And again, hopefully they're all okay. But we're going to pick back up at the house. So we'll see you there. So we made it back to the house.
There's Michael taking the shutters down again. He's been working really hard. I hope we're done with hurricanes. This is a lot of work, preparation before and after the hurricane. Luna, you're freaking out. I know. That's because Michael's outside. See? That's why. Hello.
Got that one done.
Little by little.
How do you like it?
I'm glad
More
to
light.
see you outside.
I took this one.
Good,
But,
good.
take a little break and we'll take them off little by little.
Okay.
All right, time to put the shutters away. I got a couple of the windows off. Luna's wondering what I'm doing out here. What's up, girl? Hey there. And then I'm gonna go up on the roof. I'm gonna just check out to make sure the shingles are okay. So I usually do that after every storm, just to make sure, see what kind of damage that may be done. But again, I don't think we have any shingles in our community that have fallen off. So we lucked out over here this year. Okay, so I have the ladder up, ready to go. Check out the shingles. Here we go. Nice and easy. And I'll be up here again shortly for all the Christmas lights, because I usually put them along the eaves, even on the second story part. All right, still got a little bit to wash over here. So let's see here. So again, this is 13 years old and I've had damage in the past. We did have a little bit of hail throughout the years. So you can see there's a spot there, another spot here. So I'm gonna have to get a roofing company to come take a look at this and just kind of see what they say. Here's another spot. All right. All right, I'm up. Here's a look of our mangled tree. Gonna have to clear that out and cut some branches. An old DirecTV satellite. I no longer use DirecTV. So I'm gonna have to find a day to come up here and take this down. That's gonna be fun. But let's see, let's take a look. Everything is looking pretty good over here. Same with our neighbors. All right, let's head this way. Again, I'm seeing a lot of spots. You go right down to the fibers. Here's another one. And another. So that's going to be on my list of things to do, is to get a roofing company. In fact, my aunt across the pond, she just had her roof replaced at the 15-year mark. In fact, insurance companies will make you replace your roof unless you get an inspection, and they extend it for another 5 years. Let's see, I think we got a little rainbow starting to develop. All right, let's look over here. No missing shingles. All right, but once again, we got another spot. Got one here. There's another one. And another. So this is probably the biggest one I've found, right there. So we have a few of them scattered along. All right, so this is our solar panel, And this is for the hot water heater. Neighbor's house. Pretty good view from up here. Again, the water level didn't go too high from the storm. Okay, you guys, I found a piece that's missing. I have not seen this before, so I think this is new. So I have a little chunk missing from this. Look at that. Yeah. I think it's going to be close to being time to get a new roof, you guys. Or I should just say new shingles. All right. Let's check the upper story bonus room. Okay, everything looks good here. Let's see here. I think we got a piece that's gone missing. Sure do. There we go. We have a flap. That's gone. That was there last Christmas when I had the decorations up, so this is new. Okay, so if you take a look, all these vents, I got this mesh over here. Can you figure out why I have those? A lot of people will say rodents, right? Oh yeah, but more specifically, bats. We had bats in our attic. They came into the bonus room, actually not here, but in the front. Right inside, there was a piece that they were flying into. Actually, it was kind of in this kind of position. They were going right in there. And the bats were in the walls of our attic in our bonus room. And we couldn't get them out because they are protected only at a certain time of the year. And they end up letting them come out with a tube. And that way they can't go back in. And then they sealed everything up. And they did the black caulking here all the way across the house. So we haven't had any issues with bats. But let me tell you, it costs a lot of money to get rid of them. And you cannot harm bats in Florida. That is illegal. So everything has been wired shut, including these vents here. Okay guys, well, I think I've seen enough. I think it's going to be time for some new shingles here down the road. It's going to happen pretty soon. Again, I'm at the 13-year mark, and actually 13, 14 years. And within a year, our insurance company is definitely gonna make us replace this. But I'm definitely gonna need a roofing company to come check the damage and see how that works with insurance and whatnot. Never dealt with that before, being a new homeowner. Well, new as in 13, 14 years, but never dealt with having to get new shingles on a roof before. But man, look at this roof over here. It's beautiful, but man, they're a lot of money. I think they could be $30,000, $40,000 here. So these metal roofs, they do look good and they last much longer than the shingles that are here. It would be nice to be able to afford that. And you do see a couple of them in our neighborhood now. And looks like my neighbor has a couple loose shingles. Look at that. Yep. A couple of them peeled back. Okay, time to get down. Look what I found. Here's that piece that ripped off. Right here. Yep. There she is. Let's see, that could have been from over here on the peak. So, there's our neighbor. Here comes a shingle. Yeah, one little loose piece.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, buddy.
I went around the whole neighborhood.
Nice.
Guess what I saw?
What's that?
At the community pool right there, the chairs in the way back, they were all stacked on top of each other.
All right, very cool. And here is our hurricane damage, our only piece. So I'd say couldn't beat it. We were pretty lucky. All right, what a week we had. I mean, it was a lot of prep work, but glad it's all over with. And we felt we were pretty well prepared. It's a lot. You have to put up the shutters, you gotta go out and fight for groceries and toilet paper and water. But we had quite a few supplies, and I felt like over here in Brevard County, because the storm entered from the Gulf Coast, people weren't as crazy. From past years when storms were coming from the Atlantic side, it was much worse. I think you get a little bit more of a panic from people around here. But all in all, it wasn't that bad. It did get down to a category 1, so very thankful for that. So this actually wasn't the worst storm that we had here in Brevard since we've been living in the house. We did have one where there was quite a few shingles off of quite a few homes, including my father, in past years. So pretty happy with what we saw. I am gonna have to get that roof replaced, so I'm gonna have to contact my insurance adjuster here and see what kind of steps going forward that is gonna involve. And with being prepared, we did what we could. We did have a backup plan if we lost power. My parents, they have a generator hardwired into their house. So that's where we were gonna go if we did lose power. We would have to bring our groceries, all of our food in the freezer and fridge over to their place. And my sister, they live nearby in another community, just literally a mile down the road. They were gonna do the same thing. But Lucas here, he's off school for a couple days. No school, of course, Thursday, Friday, and then even no school Monday because it's a teacher in-service day. So he has a long vacation, but we're gonna have some baseball. He's in Little League, and we're gonna try to squeeze a game in on Friday. So hopefully the coaches are gonna work on the fields and try to get them dried up and raked so they're ready for a game. And pretty much we're gonna enjoy our time here tonight. I think we're gonna play some Uno, and Lucas wants to watch Wall-E. He hasn't seen that, and it's been out for quite some time, so I'm kind of actually surprised he hasn't seen that movie. But he wants to get some popcorn ready tonight, and so we're gonna enjoy a movie night. But in all, we were pretty lucky that the eye went to the north of us. Most of the bad weather, as far as if you look on the radar, all that red with the high winds and rain, that was a little bit more north of us. So we're talking about right in the middle of Orlando going up to Daytona, that I-4 corridor. And we were just south of the eye. And if you were able to look at that radar, there wasn't much on the south side of it. It was pretty clear of rain. So during the middle of the night, I woke up at, let's see, it was midnight, 1 o'clock, I think a little bit at 3. Then even when we got up at about 6:30, it was just nothing but wind and really very little rain on that south side of the eye. And I'm gonna be glad that the weekend is here. We're just gonna rest up, maybe do some more cleaning around the house, and also take down the rest of the shutters. Also need to watch some football. Got some college games I wanna watch on Saturday. Unfortunately, my Vikings, Skull Vikings, we have a bye, so we need to rest up and get healthy. We're 5-0, guys, 5-0, Skull Vikings. And we're gonna come out of the bye next week playing Detroit. So we take down Detroit, we're pretty much gonna show our dominance in the NFC as the big favorites. So really excited about that game against the Lions. Thank you guys for joining us on our Hurricane Home Vlog. And goodbye, Hurricane Milton. We are glad you're out of here. And until next time, bye-bye.